How we doing, folks? Your boy Marcus with 205 numbers after the name. Little Borderlands 2 action here, man, with the captain. We're really enjoying the game, man. Really enjoying the game. Playing it off the Handsome Collection on the Xbox One in this case. And this is kind of, I kind of split off the boss fights, and that's some of the stuff that I'm going to bring over here on the channel. Even though this is more of a, like, horde mode survival thing than a boss fight, even though it kind of, I kind of qualified them in both, right? It was more of just like a, hey, help us survive over here. There's a bunch of stuff going on over here. And I've been seeing this a lot more in games. I don't want to credit Gears of War with the first horde mode because I don't think that's accurate. But it was definitely the first one that I remember being significant and really pushing the envelope as to what a horde mode could be. So I'm definitely going to use that as an example because to me there's been a before and after in the horde mode realm since Gears of War. And you know, Duty's up there too with the zombie mode. I think that kind of pushes it along. But if you go look at it, man, like right now, like in a lot of games and a lot of franchises, like horde mode is a factor, like a significant factor. And it's kind of interesting to think about it, man. Like in Gears of War 4, I haven't really played horde mode that much. That's just personally because I haven't had the personnel to play it, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I'm very curious to try that. Like I played a little bit and it was really dope, and I'm curious to see how that keeps evolving. You know, Gears of War, they added like a bunch of different stuff that you could build now, so I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out here. But going back to the Borderlands 2, man, it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool to see a game, especially a series that, like I mentioned already several times on the channel, I kind of stayed away from when it came out. I didn't have any negatives or pluses against it. I was a little bit nervous about the graphical style, which was just ignorance on my behalf, in all fairness. And that was kind of it. And I've heard that the playability was cool, and I heard that, you know, a lot of people like to get into it or whatever. So it's really cool right now. I'm going back, and whenever the captain and I have a chance to play it, we like to just delve in a couple hours over there, man, because it's fun. The story is a little bit wacky. We're not really keeping up to it 100%. We more just kind of make fun of the people as they show up and be like, oh, it's like, okay. But it kind of plays into that, right? Like it's not, you're not really playing this necessarily for the narrative, even though it is there and it's an experience. And if you're into it, it's definitely something that you could be into. But in this case, it was kind of cool, man. It kind of break out in here and get this kind of just quasi horde mode experience over here. People coming out because when we first started, I didn't even know like fully what was happening. I was just like, thankfully it was like weaker characters, but we kind of got to this point where we had to like save this person or whatever. And then all this stuff started happening here, and he started shooting first, and he was like describing, he's like, yo, man, they coming out of this portal, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, oh, but she helping us out. And he's like, oh, she really helping us out. Just throw this purple thing over here and whatnot. So it was a little bit crazy. And it's really cool to kind of try to explain stuff in this game to each other, you know, when like something happens in like your screen that the other person is looking at or can't understand. Like, it's so difficult to explain. It's like, man, like this crazy bandit came out with this wild ass chain and this car, like I don't even know. And you're like, what are you talking about, dude? We had an instance here before where apparently he saw something on the ground that like we needed to pick up, and I was walking around the place and he was getting so upset because he was like, why aren't you picking this thing up? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're walking around it. And I'm like, I don't see what you're talking about. Like, I literally just physically do not see it. And I could just sense the frustration coming out of him. I'm like, yo, homie, like, I don't see it. And then I don't know if he ended up seeing it or not. I don't know if we ended up picking it up or not. You can put that in the comments. I don't think we did. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He may have just been drunk. Who even knows? But some of the boss fights coming up here in the coming weeks are pretty entertaining over here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Borderlands 2, man, it's a pretty damn good experience over here, and I really like the characters and the unique abilities that they bring. I want to say that I want to try out the rest of the characters and give it a shot, but I kind of know that I probably won't have enough time to do it. But hopefully I do. Your boy Marcos. Deuces.